Cleaning the backyard transforms your home more than you realize. Dirt, debris, and overgrown plants disrupt airflow and sunlight. A cluttered yard blocks natural light from entering your windows. This changes the feel of your rooms. Floors feel colder. Walls seem darker. Your home loses warmth. Pick up fallen branches and leaves. Sweep dust from stone paths. Notice how the ground texture shifts under your feet. Dry leaves crackle. Mud compacts. You feel a solid foundation. Grass mounds and weeds hide pests. Rodents burrow under thick foliage. Snakes and insects thrive in shaded, damp spots. Removing these obstacles lets air circulate. The sun warms soil and plants. You can smell the difference. Damp earth fades. Fresh green shoots release a faint, sweet scent. The backyard becomes a breathable space. It affects your whole home. The scent drifts inside, windows open, carrying in clarity. Your furniture benefits directly. Dust from leaves and dirt settles on porches and decks. You know? Every sweep and rake reduces this accumulation. Wood creaks less when it dries evenly. Metal surfaces resist rust. Stone paths regain their original firmness. You notice the sound of footsteps. A hollow crunch or solid step, well, it signals stability. This tactile feedback anchors your perception of space. You understand your home feels cleaner before you even enter. Structural elements respond. Gutters flow freely. Downspouts drain without blockage. Moisture no longer seeps into foundations. Walls stop staining. Wood trims dry evenly. A clean backyard reduces rot and mold inside the home. Floors feel dry underfoot. Carpets smell fresher, you know? Windows remain streak-free longer. You see shadows fall differently across rooms. And, well, sunlight highlights textures once dulled by grime. Paths and walkways define movement. Clearing them reveals spatial patterns used by generations before. Stone edges, wooden steps, and brick borders become tactile guides. Feel each surface with your hands. Rough stone, warm brick, smooth wood. Walking barefoot shows subtle differences. Each texture signals where your body should step. This awareness prevents accidents and, honestly, it improves your movement inside as well. Water management, well, it really affects our daily life. When rain falls, it runs cleanly through open spaces, and the soil just kinda absorbs it evenly. Puddles, they just vanish. You'll notice that water doesn't pool up near the house anymore. And, moisture no longer infiltrates basements or crawl spaces, which is a real relief. Listen to the sound of rainfall on those cleared paths. The patter, it shifts a bit. Drains start to gurgle and hum. Water moves along instead of just sitting there and stagnating. This, honestly, helps reduce mold growth and those unpleasant odors inside. Gardening choices, they really carry a lot of historical wisdom. Early settlers, for example, planted herbs, vegetables, and flowers near their homes to help repel insects and encourage pollination. Cleaning up the backyard, well, it lets these old-time practices really flourish. The soil, it just feels loose under your fingers, And when you harvest, plant stems snap with this crisp sound. Seeds, well, they roll across your palm. You really engage your senses, and that, honestly, affects how aware you are of your living spaces. Fresh herbs, they release these subtle scents, right? And this kinda drifts into kitchens and dining areas. Suddenly, your home just feels functional and, well, alive. Daily habits, they start to change when the backyard is clear. You're just more likely to walk barefoot, water your plants, and keep up with the paths. Sweeping, it becomes natural. And, tools end up right back in their proper places. The rhythm of movement outside kind of mirrors the inside of your home. The sounds of rakes, shovels, and sprinklers, they all sort of set up a pattern. You start to internalize that order, and your mind just, well, it registers this. Rooms start to feel organized. That anxiety, it just fades away. Your body, it notices the openness. And honestly, it's a relief. The modern application of these principles, it really affects energy efficiency. Open yards, they help reduce dampness that would otherwise cool your floors. Sunlight pours in through the windows, warming up the interiors. Air moves through open doors and cleared pathways, and, homes heat more evenly. You can actually feel it on your skin. Carpets no longer trap moisture. Floors stay firm. Furniture shifts in harmony with airflow. Temperature control improves. Energy bills drop without effort. The physical act of cleaning changes thermal dynamics. Every backyard has hidden hazards. Rocks, fallen branches, and debris collect over years. Removing them uncovers original terrain. You feel firm soil under your hands. Stones shift with satisfying weight. Grass springs back. Removing obstacles teaches the body spatial awareness. Your home expands perceptually, interior rooms feel larger. Open outdoor spaces translate into visual clarity indoors. Walls, floors, and ceilings seem brighter. Tools really amplify your impact. A sturdy rake, a broom with stiff bristles, and a sharp pruning tool, well, they all create immediate results. Each swing, produces a distinct sound. Leaves crackle, sticks snap, and dirt moves in these satisfying clumps. Tools are tactile extensions of your body. They teach you efficiency. Your motion becomes more deliberate. And muscle memory, it just adapts. You start to notice changes in your posture. Back pain goes down, you stand taller, and your energy, well, it just improves. Pest control, it becomes proactive. Clearing debris, eliminates shelter. Rodents flee, insects scatter, and then birds and beneficial insects move in. You can listen to wings flapping, and the buzzing, it really diminishes in those areas that were once hidden. Sight lines open, and, you start to notice tiny movements around you. Squirrels are out there, traversing branches, and butterflies, they just land on flowers like it's nothing. The yard, it really becomes a living space. Your home, it feels safer, The interiors even start to smell fresher. And with all that, windows can actually remain open. Historical context, it shows this has worked over centuries. Settlers, they prioritized cleared yards, making sure things were neat. Farms and estates, they always maintained clean perimeters. Paths were swept, weeds removed, and stones arranged just right. Buildings ended up lasting longer because of it. Families, they experienced less illness too. Knowledge like this survives today. You're really just replicating these practices, whether you realize it or not. Cleaning, it isn't just about hygiene, it's preservation, plain and simple. All that physical labor, it translates into your home's longevity. Finally, mental clarity mirrors physical order. A clean backyard, it really reduces all that visual noise. You start to notice subtle changes indoors too. Light shifts, colors just pop, and even sounds seem to resonate more. Your body reacts to those open spaces. Stress just kind of melts away. Actions inside the home, they become deliberate. Floors get swept, counters wiped down, and furniture arranged just so. Cleaning outside, honestly, it directly influences how you behave inside. Every small movement, it compounds. Energy flows. The house, it breathes. Cleaning the backyard, it changes your home completely. You really feel it, you see it, you hear it. Floors feel solid, the air is fresh, and the rooms are just brighter. Structural integrity, it strengthens. Pests retreat, plants thrive. And, historical practices actually validate these results. You maintain order like generations before you. Pick up a rake, sweep paths, move debris, feel textures, notice scents, engage all senses. Your home transforms. Take action. Start today. Observe how every small step in the backyard affects your living space. Maintain paths, prune plants, clear debris, control moisture. The payoff is immediate and tangible. Interiors feel lighter. Air flows freely. Energy improves. Pests vanish. History proves the value. You control the space. Subscribe and share this insight. Apply it. Keep your home connected to its surroundings. Cleaning the backyard changes your whole home.